Do you ever feel run down, bloated, or just not quite yourself? Maybe your digestion feels sluggish, your joints ache, or your immune system seems weaker than it used to. You try supplements, teas, or trendy diets, but nothing seems to stick. Now imagine this, a warm, golden cup of liquid that feels like it's hugging you from the inside out. A drink that not only comforts you on a cold day, but also floods your body with nutrients that help repair, restore, and energize. That's chicken bone broth. It may sound old-fashioned, but don't underestimate it. Cultures around the world have been sipping bone broth for centuries to recover from illness, restore strength after childbirth, and maintain vitality through hard winters. And today, modern nutrition science is finally proving what our ancestors knew all along, that this humble recipe has powerful healing benefits for your gut, your joints, your immune system, and even your skin. So in this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about chicken bone broth, why it's different from regular soup, what nutrients make it so special, the science behind its healing effects, how to make it properly at home, and the easiest ways to use it in your daily life. Introduction. Bone broth may seem simple, but behind that steaming cup is an incredible concentration of nutrients that your body craves. Think about it. Bones and connective tissues are where animals store collagen, minerals, and amino acids. By simmering them slowly in water with a splash of vinegar, we unlock all those compounds and transform them into a liquid your body can absorb easily. This is why bone broth has always been considered a healing food. Traditional Chinese medicine prescribed it for longevity and vitality. In European kitchens, peasant families used every part of the animal, simmering bones in the broth to nourish children and the elderly. And who hasn't heard of chicken soup being the ultimate remedy for colds and flu? Bone broth is more than just comfort. It's concentrated nutrition, made accessible and affordable. And unlike pills or powders, it's something your body instinctively knows how to use. Let's dive into why bone broth is so different and why it deserves a place in your daily routine. Section 1. Why bone broth is different from regular soup expanded. At first glance, bone broth looks like a simple chicken soup base. But don't be fooled. The difference between a quick stock and a true bone broth is like the difference between a drizzle of rain and a deep, soaking storm. One just wets the surface. The other penetrates deep and nourishes everything it touches. Regular chicken stock, or soup, is usually cooked for 1 to 3 hours. That short simmer extracts flavor, some fat, and a bit of protein, but most of the nutrition locked inside the bones and connective tissue stays put. The result? A tasty broth for cooking, but not necessarily a healing elixir. Bone broth, on the other hand, is a slow, patient process. You simmer chicken bones, cartilage, and sometimes skin for 12, 18, even up to 24 hours. That long cooking time gives the heat and vinegar a chance to pull out minerals like calcium and magnesium, break down collagen into gelatin, and release compounds like glucosamine and chondroitin from the cartilage. You can see the difference too. When a true bone broth cools, it doesn't just sit like water. It gels into a jelly-like texture. That gel is pure collagen and gelatin. It's your visual proof that the broth is loaded with nutrients your body can use to repair and restore itself. Heat it back up, and it melts into a silky, golden liquid that coats your mouth and stomach with soothing richness. So when people say, "Isn't bone broth just fancy chicken soup?" the answer is absolutely not. Soup feeds your hunger. Bone broth feeds your cells. Soup fills you up. Bone broth builds you up. Section 2, Nutritional Powerhouse. What's in bone broth? Now, let's break down the nutrition hiding in a pot of chicken bone broth, because this is where the magic really lies. When you simmer bones, cartilage, and connective tissue for hours, you're essentially extracting the very materials your own body is made of. It's like borrowing building blocks from nature and handing them right back to your body in an easy-to-use form. Here's what's inside. Collagen and gelatin. Collagen is a structural protein that holds your body together. It's in your skin, joints, ligaments, and bones. When simmered, collagen transforms into gelatin, which is soothing for your gut lining and gives broth its signature silky texture. Think of it like liquid scaffolding for your tissues. Glucosamine and chondroitin. These compounds are released from the cartilage in bones. They help cushion your joints, reduce wear and tear, and are commonly sold as supplements for arthritis. Bone broth gives them to you naturally. Amino acids. Glycine supports detoxification, calms the nervous system, and improves sleep. Proline helps rebuild and strengthen connective tissue. Glutamine fuels the cells lining your intestines, strengthening gut health. Arginine reduces inflammation and supports circulation. Electrolytes, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus, critical for hydration, nerve function, and energy production. If you've ever felt run down after sweating a lot, bone broth helps restore that balance. Trace minerals, zinc, iron, copper, and selenium, small but mighty nutrients that support immunity, thyroid health, and energy metabolism. Altogether, bone broth is like a multivitamin in liquid form, except instead of being manufactured in a factory, it comes directly from food your body recognizes and can absorb with ease. Section 3. Gut healing benefits. Let's talk about one of the most powerful effects of chicken bone broth: its ability to heal and soothe the gut. Your digestive system is lined with a barrier, like a protective wall, that separates the outside world, food, bacteria, toxins, from your inner world, blood, tissues, organs. This lining is only one cell thick, but it's designed to be strong and selective, letting nutrients through while blocking harmful particles. But modern life puts stress on this barrier. Processed foods, alcohol, chronic stress, medications like antibiotics and NSAIDs, and even certain illnesses can weaken it. This can lead to what's called leaky gut syndrome, tiny openings in the gut lining that let food particles and toxins slip into the bloodstream. Your immune system reacts, inflammation spreads, and suddenly you're dealing with bloating, gas, food sensitivities, fatigue, and even autoimmune flare-ups. Here's where bone broth shines. The gelatin in bone broth acts like a soothing balm, literally helping to patch and seal those tiny leaks in the gut lining. Glutamine, one of the amino acids in bone broth, is a preferred fuel for your intestinal cells. It nourishes them, helps them repair faster, and strengthens the overall integrity of your gut wall. Because bone broth is so easy to digest, it doesn't burden your stomach or intestines. Instead, it delivers concentrated nutrition in a form your body can immediately absorb. That's why bone broth is often recommended after stomach bugs, food poisoning, or digestive flare-ups. Think of bone broth as a reset button for your gut. Instead of overwhelming your digestive system with heavy meals or supplements, you're giving it something warm, gentle, and deeply nourishing, like a soft blanket for your insides. People who drink bone broth regularly often report less bloating, smoother digestion, and even relief from chronic gut conditions. It doesn't just cover symptoms, it helps restore the foundation of digestive health. Section 4. Joint and bone support. Let's talk about joints, the hinges of your body. When they're working smoothly, you barely notice them. But when stiffness, pain, or inflammation kicks in, it can impact everything, from bending down to tie your shoes, to climbing stairs, to enjoying exercise. Here's where chicken bone broth becomes more than just food. It's functional medicine in a cup. When you simmer chicken bones for hours, you're pulling out compounds like glucosamine and chondroitin. If those sound familiar, it's because they're sold as supplements for arthritis and joint pain relief. They help cushion your joints, reduce friction, and even slow down cartilage breakdown over time. Instead of swallowing a pill, bone broth gives you those same compounds in a natural, food-based form. Then we have collagen. Collagen is like the scaffolding of your body. It holds your joints, tendons, and ligaments together. As we age, collagen production naturally drops. That's why joints get stiffer, recovery takes longer, and cartilage wears down. Bone broth delivers collagen and gelatin, which your body can absorb and use as raw materials to rebuild these tissues. Think of it like topping up your body's repair kit. Athletes are catching on to this too, after heavy training. Sipping broth helps reduce inflammation, supports muscle recovery, and replenishes electrolytes lost in sweat. For older adults, it's about staying mobile, active, and pain-free for longer. So whether you're an athlete, someone managing arthritis, or just want to keep moving with ease as you age, bone broth can be a simple but powerful addition to your daily routine. Section 5. Immune system and inflammation. Now let's move into the immune system, the body's defense force. You can have the best diet in the world, But if your immune system is compromised, you're going to feel it. Bone broth strengthens immunity in two big ways. First, gut health. About 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. If your gut lining is weak or inflamed, your immune defenses are weaker too. Remember the gelatin and glutamine we talked about earlier? They help seal and repair the gut lining, keeping toxins and pathogens out while letting nutrients in. When your gut is strong, your immune system functions like it should, alert, balanced, and resilient. Second, minerals and amino acids. Chicken bone broth contains zinc, selenium, and iron, all which play critical roles in immune defense. Zinc is like the commander that signals immune cells to take action. Selenium helps reduce oxidative stress, keeping your cells safe from damage. And iron supports oxygen transport, fueling immune activity at the cellular level. Then there's glycine and arginine, amino acids that calm chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is like a fire burning in the background of your body. It drains your energy, damages tissues, and leaves you vulnerable to disease. Bone broth's anti-inflammatory amino acids act like firefighters, helping bring that fire under control. And of course, bone broth is hydrating. When you're sick, you lose fluids through fever, sweat, or congestion. A warm cup of broth restores electrolytes, soothes the throat, and delivers immune-supporting nutrients in a form your body can absorb quickly. This is why across cultures, chicken broth and soups have been the go-to remedy for colds, flu, and recovery. It's not just comfort food. It's real immune support that modern science is finally catching up to. Section 6, Skin, Hair, and Nail Health. Here's a benefit people don't always expect. Bone broth isn't just good for how you feel. It's good for how you look. Let's start with skin. Collagen is a protein that keeps skin plump, firm, and elastic. It's basically the natural filler under your skin. As collagen levels decline with age, we see fine lines, wrinkles, and sagging. That's why the beauty industry sells expensive collagen powders and injections. But drinking bone broth is one of the most natural ways to replenish your body supply. When you sip broth rich in collagen and gelatin, your body breaks them down into amino acids and uses them as building blocks to repair and renew your skin. Over time, this can mean fewer wrinkles, better hydration, and a healthy glow that skincare products promise, but can't always deliver on their own. Now let's talk hair and nails. Weak, brittle nails and thinning hair are often signs your body isn't getting enough of the right proteins. The amino acids in bone broth, particularly proline and glycine, help strengthen keratin, the protein that makes up your hair and nails. Many people who start drinking broth regularly notice their nails grow faster and break less, and their hair feels thicker and shinier. There's also an indirect effect. Since bone broth supports gut health, your body is better at absorbing nutrients from other foods, like vitamins and minerals that also contribute to radiant skin, strong nails, and healthy hair. So in a way, bone broth is the original beauty supplement. Instead of buying creams, pills, or powders, you're giving your body nutrition it needs at the deepest level, where beauty really begins from the inside out. Section 7. How to make healing chicken bone broth. All right, let's get to the fun part. How to make this healing elixir. Ingredients: 2 to 3 pounds chicken bones. Leftover roast chicken works perfectly, or ask your butcher for carcasses and necks. 2 carrots chopped, 2 celery stalks chopped, 1 onion quartered, 2 to 3 garlic cloves smashed, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. Essential. It helps pull minerals out of the bones. A handful of fresh herbs like parsley, thyme, or bay leaves. Salt and pepper to taste. Enough water to cover everything. Method: place bones in a large stock pot, slow cooker, or pressure cooker. Add vegetables, garlic, vinegar, and herbs. Cover with water. Bring to a boil, then immediately reduce to a low simmer. Let simmer for 12 to 24 hours. The longer it simmers, the richer and more nutrient-dense it becomes. Skim off any foam that rises in the first hour. Strain and cool. Once refrigerated, it should gel. This is a sign of a high collagen broth. Pro tip: freeze broth in ice cube trays so you can add a cube or 2 to sauces, stir-fries, or even your morning scramble for a quick nutrition boost. Section 8. How to use bone broth in your daily life. You've got your golden broth. Now how you use it. Sip it straight. Pour yourself a mug of warm broth in the morning or afternoon. It's soothing, hydrating, and grounding. Use as a soup base. Make any soup or stew more nutritious by using broth instead of water or store-bought stock. Cook grains. Rice, quinoa, and barley taste incredible when cooked in broth instead of plain water. Add to sauces. Deglaze a pan with broth or stir it into gravies for added richness. Post-workout recovery. Sip broth after exercise to replenish electrolytes and support muscle repair. The beauty of bone broth is its versatility. You can drink it daily, cook with it, or even sneak it into meals without changing the flavor too much. Section 9. When to be cautious. Bone broth is generally safe and healing for most people, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. If you're sensitive to histamines, long-simmered broths might cause mild reactions like headaches or skin flushing. In that case, try cooking for a shorter time, around 4 to 6 hours instead of 24. Bone broth is nourishing, but it's not a complete meal. It should complement a balanced diet, not replace it. Quality matters. If possible, use bones from organic or pasture-raised chickens. They're free of antibiotics and chemicals, and they produce a cleaner, more nutrient-rich broth. So there you have it, chicken bone broth, a timeless recipe for inner wellness. With its collagen, amino acid, and minerals, it heals your gut, cushions your joints, strengthens your immune system, and even enhances your skin and hair. It's proof that sometimes the simplest, most traditional remedies are also the most powerful. The best part? It's affordable, easy to make, and deeply satisfying to drink. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It helps others discover natural healing foods like this. And don't forget to subscribe for more recipes and wellness tips backed by both science and tradition. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever made your own bone broth? Do you sip it straight or use it in cooking? Share your experience in the comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching. Take care of your health and enjoy a warm cup of healing bone broth.